actually here to talk about ano ba yung differences between no-label relationship at yung traditional na ligaw, Filipino ligaw. Ano ba yun? Ano bang side ng mga lalaki sa paghahawak ng no-label relationship? Aalamin natin yung views ng mga lalaki when it comes to no-label relationship.
So, paano mo mas gusto magsimula ang relationship nyo? A. No label. B. The traditional ligaw.
I choose A, no label, because that's actually how my wife and I started. We met at work. We had just gotten off from serious relationships at the time. We weren't sure what we wanted. So, nag-start off kami na no label. And then, we knew that it developed into something more serious when we decided to move in. We stayed together for about 2 years, and then we decided to get married. So now we've been married for almost 9 years, and we have 2 kids. I guess for me, it depends. So both persons have to have that communication, what they want out of that relationship, or whatever they want to call it.
Hey guys! I am Dara Potchichang! Matagal ko na talagang pinaplano na magkaroon ng vlog about no-label relationship. Kasi napansin ko, yung mga vlog about no-label relationship, ito yung mga negative things or negative aspects about it na hindi nila nakikita kung ano pa yung ibang perspective ng no-label relationship. So, naisip ko, ito yung pag-usapan. Ito yung makuha yung bawat opinion ng guests ko. Na yung mga guests ko, very, ano sila, hindi mo very, na experience sila sa no-label relationship. Kasama natin si Rico and Brian. Hey.
Morning.
Hi. Kumusta, Rico? Brian? Quarantine na.
Okay naman, yan. Right, it's okay kasi laking tipid sa detergent, so you don't have to wash pants, right? T-shirt lang in rotation. Right?
Naka-brief ka lang siguro ngayon, no?
Ha?
Naka-brief ka lang ngayon, no?
Hindi healthy sa viewership na malaman yung ganyan information.
Naka-jog, ano ka lang, shorts? No?
Gusto mo bang ma-demonetize? Sasagutin ka yan. Right.
Wag na, baka...
Right.
Ikaw naman, Brian, how's the quarantine life in Australia? Nasa Australia po si Brian. Saan sa Australia?
Sa Melbourne.
Melbourne.
Yes.
So, you're speaking Australian accent na?
Hindi.
Dude, hi, mate.
Hindi pa rin. Hi, mate. Hindi. Hindi pa rin naman. Mahirap yung especially kung nasanay tayo sa Americanized accent.
Oh, si Rico magaling yan sa Australian accent eh.
Kahit hindi, wala naman ako.
Grabe,
Yan.
sobrang init ngayon, summer na summer. Dapat nasa
Dito,
beach yung mga tao.
Dito, taglamig. Dito, transition na Kaya kanina yung unang video natin.
Winter?
Transition siya, yeah. Transition na siya. Pa-winter na kami. Yeah.
So, di ba kaka-summer nyo lang?
Yep.
Australia? So, ganun. Summer tapos winter agad?
Gano'n muna siya mag-spring. Tapos winter na. Pero, mabilis na yung transition na yun.
Unlike sa ibang bansa,
every 3 months.
3 months, diba? Like
right.
in Western countries.
Mm-hmm.
Huwag na tayo magpatumpik-tumpik pa. Tama ba? Magpatumpik-tumpik pa. Let's dive in our topic. Tell us about your experience in no-label relationship. Yung personal relationship nyo. Personal experience nyo sa no-label relationship.
No girlfriend since just kidding. I mean, it's not something that you should be proud of and you should be counting. But I'd say na in terms of experience dun sa topic that we have, and alam natin na very broad yung when we say a no-label relationship, you could call it many things. So I'd say a lot, and we know na parang when you say no-label relationships, ang dami niyan right? So, but I'd say na in terms of experience, I'd probably had a few. 1, 2,
3,
in
4,
recent
5.
years. Yeah. Hindi naman, mga ganun na. Around those figures. And those are things that you shouldn't be proud of, but I'd say na I'd have my hefty share of different kinds of no-label relationships, or quote unquote.
And wala talaga feelings yon? Or did you have any feelings for those girls?
Mhm. Meron
Girls ba?
syempre.
Girls.
Iba't ibang feelings. Iba't ibang feelings yan, right? So, hindi mo pwede walang feelings. There's no such thing. Dapat
Oh,
may emotion, may feelings yan. As to what those feelings are, yun nga. It differs from case to case. Pwede bang
talaga?
love? Walang may certain percent of love, ilang percent of
Or
lust, and
libog
a little
lang
bit
o
of
last
both.
lang?
Hindi, kadalasan, 'di ba? Parang ano 'yan, may scale 'yan. So you really have to say.
Okay. Nice.
Ganun.
Ikaw, Brian, tell us about your story.
Yung
No
story.
label.
Pataas talaga yung ano, tono.
Brief,
Parang ano
yung
yun,
maiksi
parang...
lang huwag naman habaan. Oo.
Eh,
Mm.
Para siyang sa akin iba eh. Sa akin iba nag-start siya sa ano eh. Nag-start siya sa parang friends with benefits eh, di ba? So in our context, it's like FUBU ganun. So generally talagang nakikinabang ka. Makikinabang kayo both parties, both ways. Makikinabang kayo both ways. And then dun nung panahon na yon, dun din nauso yung ang ma-in love talo. Yung mga ganun.
How long were you
That's
FUBU?
right.
Kami, we're talking about one story, yeah? We're talking about
Yep.
one story.
Aba, may iba pa ba?
Sorry.
Oh my
Eh,
gosh! Ang alam ko isa lang. O sige.
Yung isa na alam mo, yung kinuwento ko sa'yo. So yeah, siguro mga 6 months or basta few months, mga few months, ganun.
Tapos noon,
And
dun
then-
naging ano kayo, mag-on. Or hindi pala kayo mag-on. No label kayo.
Hindi mo siya mailagay parang in a context of parang in millennial term na exclusively dating. Parang ganun. Pero exclusively dating in an open relationship. So there's a tendency na, you know, there's a tendency na tumanggap pa rin siya ng suitor or whatnot. Pero
You didn't court other women at that time? You didn't date other women at that time?
maraming options eh. Maraming options kasi wala kaming commitment.
Yeah.
So I'm not saying na hindi ako tumitingin sa iba. Yung ganun,
Right,
yung ganung
right.
situation. I'm not
Kumbaga
saying hindi
parang
ako
kumbaga parang you have the option to, but you decided,
correct.
voluntarily na
Mm-mm.
chose
Yeah.
not.
Correct.
Oh, okay.
But into that context, syempre depende na nga yun. So no label in a sense, yes, no label, pero minsan mas gugustuhin mo rin lalo na pagka dumating ka na rin sa naramdaman mo ng alam mo yun, iba eh, pagka yung nag-spark eh.
Mm-mm.
So yun. Kumbaga iba na yun, parang you guys are crossing the bridge. Pag dumating kayo sa point na alam mo yun, parang hinahanap-hanap yun ng isa't isa. Not in the sense na dahil nangangati kayo pareho, but
Oo.
you know, yung simple conversation, simple holding hands, parang nako-comfort niyo yung isa't isa. So, ganun.
Nice.
Siguro let's try na before we move to the next question.
Define-
Ikaw as our host, 'di ba? Do you have any
ikaw naman,
experience when it comes to 'Di ba define na namin pareho ni Brian na
Wait
ano
lang.
na,
Di-define ko muna. Based on my research.
Teka, wait lang, kami muna. So we both said na we're both in agreement, kaming dalawa at least, na when you say no label relationship, it's not really a connotation. It's not always something that's negative. It can be something na trial period pa lang na relationship,
Yeah.
or it can be just yung nagkakapaan pa lang, or just exclusively dating to some extent.
Kinabahan
So
ako kay Rico.
within that broad context, diba? So I think our viewers would also like to know. So what experience do you have?
Ikaw na yung
pagdating sa
vlogger.
no label relationship? Hindi. Tinutulungan nga kita eh. Paki naman ng
Okay.
viewers sa aming dalawa. Sabihin
Kwento
ng
ko
viewers mo.
yan. Wait lang.
Sabihin ng viewers mo, sino ba to kalbong to? Ang daming sinasabi. We're here for the host, diba?
Ayan. So,
share ka
kwento ko
naman.
lang. Alright. So, alam nyo, nanggaling kasi ako sa long-term relationship. Nagkaroon ako ng 8-year relationship. Tapos, nagkaroon ako ng isa pang 1-year relationship. Hindi mo 1 year, mga more than a year. 1 year and few months na relationship. At mga relationships na yon, commitment talaga sila. Kumbaga, marriage yung next step nun. Kaya lang hindi nag-workout yung relationship, so hindi umabot hanggang marriage. So, yun. I was back on the dating world. I was shocked talaga. I was really, really shocked because the dating world is like different. Ibang-iba na. Pati yung mga lalaki, grabe, ibang-iba na. They're more aggressive
Send
and
nudes.
ha? Ano
Send
and?
nudes.
Ano?
Send nudes.
Send
Send
nudes?
nudes
Oo,
daw.
totoo.
Ah,
Oh, they,
talaga.
dati, okay lang. Hindi naman sila ganun ka-aggressive, but now, sobrang aggressive.
Mm.
They would
Ano
invite
ko,
you
ano?
to mot-mot just like that.
Oo. Feeling ko hindi. Feeling ko the world has always been like that. It's just that yung mga tao na on the extreme sides of the spectrum, yung mga sobrang manyakis, for example, kami, hindi, or yung mga tao na, 'di ba? Kasi yung mga nauna nagkaroon ng access, nagkaroon ng mastery to technology, things that we have, social networking, and messaging apps. Kami yung mga parang team lang na kami, hindi naman kami manyak, masyado, sakto lang, right? Pero but now with the usage of the internet, 'di ba? Parang pati yung mga tao na who are on the extreme side of the spectrum, mayroon silang access to that. So parang feeling ko naman they've always been there. It's just that dumami lang yung tools at their disposal. So, siguro ano din at the same time
Tama.
ang malas mo lang din siguro. Kasi pag re-enter mo ng market, yun agad yung una mong nakita. So,
Nagulat na lang din ako. Nasa no-label relationship na pala ako nang hindi ko alam. Tapos minsan iniisip ko pa, ano ba to? Pag no-label relationship na lang ba ako? Hindi pa ako pang seryosohan. Si Rico.
wow.
Hindi ba ako pang seryosohan?
May drama.
Alam mo kasi,
ayan.
friend, ang problema sa'yo, dapat you'd have to have more patience. Kasi nga, ano yan hindi naman pwedeng yung una mong makita na mag-click kayo.
Right.
Yun na agad yung perfect. Hindi, you'd have to, meet instances talaga na you'd have to dig through mountains of trash before you find your treasure, right?
True.
Correct.
That's
So,
right. Hanapin
tsaka
ko na yung treasure sa...
tsaka kung pangit man yung naging kalabasan ng relationships or dating that you have, you'd always have something that you could take away. Experience, right? It's always valuable
Right.
kasi
Yeah.
hindi mo mawawala sa yan. May experience ka, may bago kang knowledge, may bago kang skill na natutunan. It's always a good thing.
Tama.
Yeah, sabi nga nila, it's either you win or you learn. Walang
Right.
talo.
Sabi, yan, tama yan.
Walang
talo.
talo.
Walang talo.
Define muna natin kung ano yung ibig sabihin ng no-label relationship. Ano bang ibig sabihin nun? Yung no-label relationship, sabi sa website na to, yan, itong website na to, okay? So, yung no-label relationship, there is no pressure to be or act a certain way around your sweetheart. You don't have to change to fit someone else's boyfriend or girlfriend. And it will also give you freedom. So, in other words, kayo na hindi kayo. Yung bawal kahit nagsiselos ka na, hindi ka pa din pwede magselos. Tapos you treat each other like you are boyfriends and girlfriends kahit hindi naman talaga kayo. Hindi kayo officially na kayo, hindi kanya pwedeng ipakilala sa family mo as girlfriend niya or boyfriend niya. Hindi ganon. So, probably there's sex involved, probably there's I miss you or I love you involved. I don't know what you guys I don't know, but definitely there's no commitment and there's a possibility that other person can or one of you or two of you are also dating someone else. So, yon ang no-label relationship. Di ba, Brian, kahit na may no-label relationships ka before at agree ka din sa no-label relationship in a way, bakit mo niligawan yung wife mo sa una, imbes na nag-start kayo sa no-label relationship?
Actually, parang, syempre, di ba, parang on the contrary, Australian culture siya. So, parang masanay siya sa ganun na yung open relationship, parang, but I did the traditional Filipino way na, this is how we rock, this is how we court girls. So, ang disadvantage, pero there's actually a thin line kapag ka nanligaw ka ng babae. Ito yung palagi ko sinasabi sa ibang mga friends ko na lalaki. Pag maniligaw ka ng babae, make sure na ipakita mo not just your best foot forward, but who you are. Kasi malalaman naman ng babae yan kumbaga, in a nutshell, wag mong ipakita sa babaeng nililigawan mo yung mga bagay na hindi mo kayang pangatawanan araw-araw. Yung sabi mo, magfa-fancy dinner kayo, fancy date. Tapos pagka kayo na, turo-turo na lang. Yung, alam mo yun, parang you're setting too much expectation. Pero pagka nandun na kayo sa situation na kayo na, nung nililigawan mo, hindi ka na makapag-deliver. Kasi, best foot forward ka eh. So, kumbaga, I beg to differ. So, pinakita ko lang what's in the store on my end. And then, she decided na, actually, I liked it more kasi the simpler, the better. So, di ba? Minsan, less is more.
Ano ba yung usual reasons kung bakit yung mga lalaki poporma sila sa babae, tapos iba naman pala yung motibo nila sa lalaki. Tapos iba naman pala yung motibo nila sa babae, di ba? Sex lang pala, ganyan. So, ano ba yung usual reasons kung bakit nila ginagawa yon?
Yan tayo eh. Sige, let me go first. Probably, well, parang buffet yan eh. Gusto mong tumikim, diba? From this and this and this and this. And from primal, based on our instincts, diba? So, males have always this predisposition to have as many sexual partners as possible, diba? As to plant their seeds as to many potential partners as possible. So, if very primal ka and all that, siyempre mananaig yung if you let your instincts take over, you'd really want to have, ang pinaka-ultimate win-win situation for any male would be to have many partners without having to give any commitment, diba? So, I think that's one, right? So, if you really want to play around, and if you want to, have the perks of having sexual partners without really giving into commitment, then that's one reason for you to enter relationships without labels.
And in addition to that, we're talking about the sexual partners. Kasi minsan may mga tao din na let's face it, parang kumbaga, if you're in a more serious or adult partnership per se, you're looking for a sexual compatibility. Kasi hindi naman lahat ng nakadumo or nakasex mo ay compatible kayo, na nag-enjoy ka or whatever. Kumbaga, if you're putting it into the context, kahit na sabihin mong nagalaw mo yung isang babae, pero hindi ka nag-enjoy, hindi ka babalik eh. Same goes with the girls. Diba? Not unless, alam mo yun, kung dumating ka sa point na no label naman, no choice, balikan ko ulit siya. Makati naman siya ngayon, Makati rin ako ngayon, so we'll do it, may raos lang. But, kumaga kung if you're looking for, kumaga parang nasa collect and select scenario ka, you're also collating these data sexual data, di ba? Of compatibility as well. Kasi in the long run kailangan nyo yun eh. Kasi yun ang kumbaga yun ang magpe-preserve ng heat, yun ang magpe-preserve ng spark sa inyong pagsasama.
Paano mo mas gusto magsimula ang relationship nyo ng jowa mo? A, no label, trial period muna, parang sa US. And B, the traditional ligaw. Bakit? B, the traditional ligaw. Kasi gusto ko lagi ko nakikita ang label. Mahirap mag-assume kung ano nga ba ang inyong situation, di ba? Baka mamaya, G na G ka na, yun pala sa kanya chill-chill lang. O kaya naman, he's deep into you, tapos ikaw wala ka lang pakialam, di ba? Mas maganda yung on the same level kayo kung asan nga ba kayo patungo sa inyong relasyon.
So, naggaling kayo sa no-label relationship. Usually ba, gaano katagal ang no-label? Dapat.
Depende nga, di ba? Di ba nga, nakalimutan na naman natin i-define. Right. Kung
na natin. O, ikaw,
I guess, pero maybe even clear in definition. Pero for example, if you want a no-label relationship na, let's say, with the pretense na you're dating but no label, right? So something that's leading up to an actual relationship. Trial period. Ang magandang analogy dyan would be employment, di ba? Parang probationary yan na within probi period yan na 3 to 6 months, di ba? Pag pumasado na, may fifth month appraisal tayo dyan. So kapag pumasa naman ng KPIs niyan, okay, game. Pwede tayong pumirma ng regularization on month 6. So I'd say na, that's a good analogy to make. I'd say na really good enough time and ample time to test out whether you want to really stay in a relationship or not. Probably be around, say, 90 days. Sobra naman na yung 6 months. Medyo paasa na masyado. Oo. So, tamang equation dyan would be yung kung gaano ka kagwapo divided by 2 times. yung,
May
diba?
formula.
Kasi nga, kapag mas gwapo ka, you can afford to have longer trial periods, diba?
Ay,
Diba?
gwapo ni Brian. Longer yung kanya.
Oo naman, diba? Ano lang yan, kung gaano ka gwapo, ano yan, factor yan. Pero kung medyo normal lang tayo, mortal lang tayo, then you probably go with a shorter the better kasi you have to close the deal kapag gusto mo talagang babae, diba?
Yun na nga. So, hindi ka,
Correct.
so yung mga MU mo hindi talaga tumatagal, Rico?
Ako?
Oo. Usually,
Next question.
usually 3 days lang.
Not necessary. Hindi. Basta next question.
O ikaw naman, Brian.
Hindi ko kasi nga in the first place hindi ko ina-acknowledge ang no label even though I've been into no label relationships. So hindi ko masabi ngayon yung kung ano ba yung trial and error. Pero para sa akin, for as long as masaya, alam mo yun, kasi bakit ka kakala sa isang bagay na masaya ka? Bakit ka kakala sa isang bagay na nag-enjoy ka? Makikita mo naman yun na kapag ka yung may isa ng medyo tinatabangan na, mararamdaman mo yun eh. Yeah, mararamdaman mo yun eh. So, yun na yung time para kumalas or yun na yung time para pag-isipan mo rin kung gusto mo pa bang ituloy yun, kung gusto mong i-pursue yun. Kasi, minsan nagiging turning point din yun na, ay, nawawala na yung spark sa kanya on her end or on my end. So, isa sa kanila ngayon, kung gusto pang ituloy yun, then mag-extra effort na, gusto mo bang i-next level natin to? Or, kasi magde-decide kayo, for sure, mutually, magde-decide kayo kasi sasaktan nyo lang ang isa't isa kung itutuloy nyo na hindi na kayo nag-i-enjoy. And that is the sole purpose. That is the sole purpose of no label relationship. Hanggat nag-i-enjoy ka, na alam mo hindi ka masasaktan. Di ba sabi nga nila, in a no label relationship, ang ma-in love talo. Pero that is the thing na isusugal mo eh. Kasi kung ma-in love ka at hindi na in love yung the other party, then doon tayo magkakaroon ng problema. So you better yet itigil nyo kasi hindi na magiging give and take yung relationship.
I like just to add to what Brian said. So he mentioned something, teka na, wala yung train of thought ko. Pero he mentioned something about you don't really have to, yung actual, hindi talaga kadalasan kapag no label relationship, medyo blurred yung lines. Right? So people in a no label relationship do not really label it as a no label relationship. Usually vague yan, ambiguous. You don't know that you're in a no label relationship. You just feel it, right? So you don't really call it na no one goes up to their partner and say, hey, no label muna tayo kasi no one really says that. It just happens naturally. Pero yun nga, I like his point din, to his point na you don't really define something as, and I don't think that people would be okay with having that conversation na, hey, pwede bang no label relationship muna tayo kasi ayoko nang masaktan. No, you don't really do that. You don't really have that conversation. It just happens. Yan, parang Google, ano ba tayo? Ito, masaya, ganun. Yun. So,
So, Brian, Rico, sino ba usually yung nag-e-end ng relationship sa no-label relationship? Yung partner nyo ba? O yung lalaki? O yung babae? Sino ba?
usually, kung if you're playing your cards right, dapat ikaw.
Oh!
I mean, like, kami mga lalaki. Naman, no, syempre.
Lalaki talaga!
Why would you end the game na ikaw yung talo? Right? So, I mean, if everything's casual, you wouldn't really want to leave na ikaw yung on the losing end. You'd want to exit the relationship with you having the upper hand, yung with less invested among the two parties, 'di ba? Para so I mean, that's the ideal situation. Pero of course, may times talaga na hindi talaga ganun. May times na it's a mutual decision, right? And may times na, Pero I'd say, if your question is referring to experience, I'd say na most of the time ako.
Ako hindi. Depende sa naging flow depende sa naging flow nung relationship. If my memory serves me right, most of them ended nung kasi ito yung sa akin parang kumbaga parang dito lang ako kinda good. Na kapag ka nagpaalam na papasok na ako into a serious relationship. So kapag may isa nang nag-decide na papasok na ako sa serious relationship, total hindi naman natin mapangatawanan yung isa't isa. So, and I'm entertaining another guy, or on the girl's side, another on the man's side, or on the guy's side, another girl. Kung may pinopormahan siyang iba, or let's say in my case, yun nga, kumbaga parang ganun parang you're looking at kumbaga parang sabi nga ng lola ko, collect and then select, di ba? So pag single. So kapag may nag-decide na, kapag may nag-decide na mag-aan na ako, it's time for me to get serious. So it's time for me to kumbaga commit. And kung hindi ako yung someone na magko-commit, kasi nangyari sa akin yan na babae yung nag-decide na magko-commit na siya to another guy, and nangyari na rin sa akin yan na nag-decide na ako na magko-commit na ako to another girl. I agree with Rico na nangyayari siyang mutually. Pero may nagtitrigger. Yun ang nagtitrigger in my cases. Yun yung nagtrigger sa akin. Kapag kayang talagang, syempre kasi when you guys are in a no-label relationship, you're gauging each other din Let's face it, hindi ka naman din papasok dun sa sitwasyon na yun kung hindi ka rin umaasa sa magiging outcome. Kasi hindi ka naman mag-i-invest ng feelings, hindi ka mag-i-invest ng time sa isang tao kung hindi naman siya yung ideal in the first place para sa'yo, di ba?
For me, it's B, the traditional Ligaw. So I've always been a hopeless romantic. Though wala sa itsura, naniniwala ako sa Ligaw and all the trials and the challenges that comes with it. It really feels good when you work hard for something. Lalong-lalo na pag binigay niya na sa'yo yung matamis niyang oo. Sabi na, it's one of the best feelings. Para kang nanalo sa loto. Pero naniniwala din ako na hindi lahat ng love story may happy ending. Sakit, diba? But if you work hard for it, if you put effort in it, if you made them feel that you're worth loving, I think that's worth a happy ending. Pero dumating din ako sa point na gusto ko rin ng no label. I was young, I was crazy, I came from a breakup. I'm happy being single, but you'll always miss that feeling of being with someone. I don't know, maybe it's just me. Pero yun nga, I'm still gonna go with traditional Ligaw. Peace out.
Sa assessment ko kay Ara, ayaw niya mag-send ng wrong signal para bang you are safeguarding it.
Ano ba yan, Rico? Ano ba talaga tayo? Ano?
Bakit ka galit? Sige lang.